stand-up comedy here. That's funny.
Ha ha ha. Well, I am in operating position here in the shack. I got the 7-Eleven moved over to this desk. I got the 8-Eleven moved over to this desk. I got to do a little repair work on the 8-Eleven. And I'll soon have the tri-bander over here too.
About the X10.
That would not be a VHF UHF radio. So that would be on the other desk.
Okay, so is it set up?
Not quite. I'm gonna go and get back.
All right, that sounds cool. I will talk to you probably before or during the net. And I don't keep it.
Okay, before, during, or after the net. We'll catch you soon, KABSA.
you were 135 testing. I'm linked into you on 135.
Oh, okay. Nope. I actually was in the other room. warm and welcome. Good evening. This is calling all amateur radio operators. Welcome to the Crooked River Radio, or Crooked River Amateur Radio Club's Tuesday night VHF net. My name's Tad. My call sign's November 8, Oscar, Quebec, Papa. But for the purposes of this net, we'll be using a club call of Whiskey 8, Charlie, Romeo, Charlie. This is an open and directed net. All amateur radio operators are invited and encouraged to check in. My police here, sorry. All traffic will go through net control, and since emergency situations can pop up at any time, and traffic may need to get in here, we ask that you leave small pauses between transmissions. The purpose of this net is to bring together all amateur radio operators for the exchanging of amateur-related ideas and information, and to keep club members and the amateur radio public up to date with our club meetings and other happenings, and to enhance the net operating practice. Net meets every Tuesday night at 7 o'clock here on the 147 or 146.64 machine. We actually do thank the repeater owners for letting us borrow the machine for the short time we're here. Let's see, where was I? Okay, we will start with announcements. I have a couple tonight, and then we will ask for check-ins from any members, managers, or anything like that who have announcements that want to get the announcements at the beginning of the net. Once those are complete, I'll ask for regular check-ins, at which time I'll ask that you please give me your call sign, repeat it phonetically, and then give me your name. When all these check-ins are completed, we will close the net, and after repeating the announcements and doing a final call for check-ins. As far as the announcements go, I have 2 or 3 here. Okay, first of, not tomorrow night, but a week from tomorrow night is our regular quote-unquote business meeting. It'll be where we discuss things that we need to get done with the club and stuff like that. Everybody's welcome to come to these meetings. You don't have to be a member. If you want to just come and check out our club, you're always welcome to do so. Okay, secondly, there is a meeting tomorrow night for the managers. I've called a meeting so that we can get some direction on what we need to get accomplished over the course of the next 10 or 11 months. I don't expect this meeting to last more than about an hour. If you're a manager, I ask that you check your email. The link for the Zoom meeting should be in there. If you haven't got it, please let me know, and I'll get you an email that does have it. And also, we have dues are actually due starting, Friday? No, Saturday. Saturday is the start of our second dues year, our second membership year which is quite unique. We actually got through the first year. We ask that you can either drop the dues off the meetings. If you want to use PayPal to do so, please let me know that you're doing that. And also, there's 2 or 3 other ways you can get it to us. I would appreciate if any of your information for the roster has changed, that you actually just fill me out a quick membership application and get it to us. And the other thing that we got coming in February is the 19th of February. We have the Rocket Girl coming, which is Morgan Lyons, I think is her name. That's going to be a kind of a catch-up thing for people that have seen her before. She's told me when I talked to her that she's discovered a whole bunch of other interesting information and research that she's done. So this is live going to be a pretty good meeting. So if you can make it, we're actually going to do the meeting. She's going to be in on Zoom, which means that you'll be able to connect through Zoom to get in to see it. But we're also going to do a live meeting at the church. So keep that in mind. That's all the announcements I have, except for the trivia question, which I'll read here in a minute. Is there any other announcements that need to be put in the beginning of our net? Please come now. Okay, I've got a kind of a sneaky question for the trivia question tonight. I decided, since I haven't been, and we haven't done anything really cool out of the question pool, we decided to go to the extras tonight, and I have the following question. Which of the following frequencies can be used for amateur radio mesh networks? The answers are HF frequencies in which communications are permitted. B is frequencies which various unlicensed wireless data services use. C, cable TV channels from 41 to 43. And D is 60 meters. The 60-meter band channel centered on 5373. Repeating the question, which of the following frequencies can be used for the amateur radio mesh network? HF frequencies where digital communications are permitted is A. B is frequencies which are frequencies shared with various unlicensed wireless data services. C is TV channels, cable TV channels between 41 and 43, and D is 60-meter band channel centered on 5373. That's your trivia question for tonight. I'm going to go ahead and open up to regular check-ins now. If you'd like to check in, please call W8CRC.
BSA.
AA8BSA. Good evening, Keith. Well, I'll take you in just a second. Any other check-ins, please call.
KB8PRK.
KB8PRK. Gotcha, Ted. Good to hear from you. Anybody else?
KA8GKG, John in Akron.
KA8GKG. next, anybody else?
November 8, November Hotel, Mark and Akron, in and out.
Okay, gotcha, Mark. Thanks for the check-in. Don't want to try the trivia?
Pass.
That's all right. We'll let it go with that. Anybody else, please?
Go Foxtrot 8, Charlie Yankee, Bob.
We have 8CF. Gotcha, Bob. That gives us 4, 5 with one in and out. Let's try. Anybody else? Take one more for this round. Okay, let's just stop it there and go back to the top. K8BSA, good evening, sir. What's up?
Good evening, everyone. This is Keith, K8BSA, from the new operating position in the shack, which is 90 degrees from the old one. This will be my VHF UHF desk, and maybe I'll get out the packet device and hook it up too. Just was running some 213 across the ceiling to hook up my tri-bander, and I fixed my radio. This radio. Let me get it one. I finally put a new battery in this radio so I can turn it off and not lose the memories. I think with the original battery in this radio, probably about 40 years old. This is a Kenwood TS711, which Pat would love to have. I just had to get that in there. Back to you, Pat, K8BSA.
Okay, Keith, as I wipe the drool off my chin.
And my answer for the trivia question is A.
It's A, okay. That we'll discuss the answer to that when we get through the rest of the net.
Sounds good. Back to you, Pat.
Okay, thank you, Keith. And KB8PRK is up next. What's up, Ted?
Oh, not a heck of a lot. KB8PRK. Hello, Pat, and everybody else out there. Just doing some cleaning up around here and slowly watching the snow melt. And given the forecast, we might see some green grass here for the weekend. Well, won't that be a change after 6 weeks of the Arctic? Yeah. As far as the trivia, I'm going to pass on it. I don't have a clue, and I'm not even sure where the term mesh comes into ham radio, so I'm just going to pass on it and listen for the answer anyway.
Hey, Ted, well, if you decide on one, let me know. We'll mark you down for it. But it's good to hear you, man. As far as the weather goes, it looks like it's going to warm up. I had a feeling about last Thursday that we were probably through the coldest part of the winter. Usually this last week of January is, from past experience here, is usually the worst of it. But I'm hoping that now it gets on the upward scale. We should be at about, I think the average daytime temperature should be somewhere about 35 or 36 now, if memory serves me. But it'll get warmer, I hope, and when it does, we'll all have something else to complain about, because it'll be raining all the time.
And grass cutting.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Grass cutting and sweating and all that. It kind of makes it worth it, though. Anyway, we will go ahead and move on here. And next up is KA8GKG. Mr. John, what's up?
Good evening, Pat, and hello to everyone on the net. It was a good day to be in, but it was warmer today, as you guys were just talking about. My goodness, we got above freezing, and that's starting to look really good outside. Sunset, what was it, about 5:38 today, and I love it. So, what announcement? I got my first interference complaint today. I was working a station on 40 meters, and I was coming through the radio in the kitchen, and my wife had to complain, of course. So there's nothing I can do about that. So anyway, it was all good. But that's the first complaint I've ever had. Trivia, I'm going to go with B Bravo, and that's all I have for the net tonight. So with that, back to net control, KAGKG.
All right, John, we got you marked down for B here. I'll have the answer at the end of things here. Always good to hear you. As far as any interference, I've been doing a little bit of that myself. I noticed Saturday afternoon when I was working a contest, I have a camera out in the backyard that's pointed at my antenna back there, and the signal was getting all distorted every time I pretty much keyed a microphone on 40 meters. So I'm going to get pretty much all that taken care of the first dry bit of weather we get that's upwards of 40 degrees. I want to get out there and at least get that antenna functioning the way it ought to, but with that wind and everything we had, it kind of did its thing on it. But anyway, well, go ahead and move on here. Good to hear you, sir, and I got you marked down as B. Next up, since N8NH was in and out, we have KF8CCF. Good evening, Robert. What's up?
Not much. Good evening to everyone. Just like Keith, I've been playing around in my, I don't call it a shack, I call it my ham corner, redoing everything. And Mr. Keith, I want to thank you for the recommendation on the Radio Today book. That has been a big help over the manual. Just messing around with the new radio. Other than that, loving the warm weather. Back to net. This is KF8CCY.
Oh, you're not getting off that easy. Don't forget the trivia.
Sorry, I will guess D.
D is in Delta? Okay, we got you down for that. All right, let's see if anybody else has come in from the cold. Anybody else want to check in? Please call W8CRC.
W8CRC, Whiskey Delta 8, Bravo, Quebec, Sierra, Steve, Cauca Falls.
Okay, Steve, good evening, sir. What's going on?
Not much, just glad the snow is melting a little bit too here. We've had our driveway matted down because I wasn't feeling too good to be out there shoveling it, so now I got the snowblower out the other day, and we got it down to a nice thin layer, and it's the sun's cooperating off and on, and so is the heat, warming it up a little bit and melting it. Also wondered, Pat, did you say anything about the registration for Skywarn training in April 16th?
No, but if you want to elaborate on that, go ahead.
Okay, roger that. Skywarn training be held at the Red Cross through the Aries group, and I believe it is at 6 o'clock. They want you to register on the Aries web page, so there is a web address there for Aries. I don't have it handy, but they've just
type in the Aries name and you'll see the website come up. And they've got a little blurb. They just want your name and no cost or charge to attend. They just want to know who all's coming. And that'll be on the 16th of April, I believe it was. And it's at 6 o'clock, I think, if I recall right. But once again, the time and everything's stated on the Aries website.
Yeah, it is 6 o'clock, I believe. They have to be out of that library by 8:30, and the usual presentation is about 2 hours long. If you haven't attended that, and you're new into amateur radio, or you don't really even have to be a radio operator, you can, and the general public is invited to attend those. So if you're listening on a scanner and want to sign up for some weather training, that's the place to do it. Isn't it Sumco Aries? Something like that, .org. I'll find out for the next net, and we'll announce a little bit more of that then.
Yeah, I believe you're right, Pat. Sumco Aries, and there's nothing hard. They just say really good presentations on the weather, what to look for, what not to report, what they want you to report, just that type of stuff. And there's no big fancy test or anything you have to pass. It's just kind of a good information on the weather and what storage might be coming in the spring. And as far as the question goes, Pat, you can put me down for D2. I think it's 60 meters, at least that's my guess anyhow. Don't know for sure, but haven't got that far in the advanced testing questions, so cool. So catch you later, guys. 73 to everybody. Glad you're doing the net. WD8BQS.
One quick question. Did you get my email about the meeting tomorrow night?
Yes, I did. Got it.
I just wanted to make sure. I want everybody to attend that can. All right, I've got you marked down for D, Delta, and I'll let everybody know what the answer is after the net here. If there's anybody else that would like to check into our net, please call now.
Check.
Check, go ahead.
Okay, BSA.
Ed?
Just to give you a heads up, the Skywarn training is on a regular meeting night for us.
Oh, that figures.
That's all I want to say.
That'll be this night that we have Scott coming.
Think so.
Oh, wonderful. All right, we're going to have to get this rearranged.
All right. Just wanted to give you the heads up about that.
We'll talk about this tomorrow night. Thanks for letting me know.
Someone's got to keep you in line.
Might be able to move Scott up to the first meeting. I'll see if I can do that. Anyway, let's go ahead and move on here. Anybody else want to check in before we have a chance to close this up before you get in here? Okay, KE8 FKO wants me to check her in. KO. You have an answer to the trivia, dear? For C? Okay, C Charlie, we got her. All right, you got that's a good check-in. Anyway, let's go through the announcements again. There is a meeting coming up the 5th of April. think the 5th of April will be, or the 5th of February. Jeez, I'm 3 months ahead of myself. The 5th of February, there will be a meeting. It'll be an in-person. Basically, discuss the club and what we want to do, what we want to get involved in. There will probably be some announcements about the upcoming events that we're doing, and also we're probably going to do some fox hunting and stuff like that, and that'll likely be discussed at the meeting. Let me break for a second. If you're an officer, which I've checked with most of you now, or officer manager, I've checked with most of you now. Check your email. There is a meeting tomorrow night to discuss some upcoming events that we got to get rolling on. Also, coming up February 1st is when dues are due. You can either use our post office box to pay it. You can use PayPal, or you can use you can just come to the meeting and give it to us, and we'll put you down for another year. Dues are a very nice part about this. It lets this club do more than do more stuff as far as for its membership. The dues are usually used if we have to take and get something for field day or one of the upcoming events that we've got coming. The dues will be used for that. So it's a good thing. It's a good thing to contribute to. Okay, the next thing I had on the list was February 19th. We have the Rocket Girl coming. That will be a Zoom meeting for her, but it will be an in-person meeting for us. That's February 19th at 7:30. She's going to talk about some stuff that she's learned since she was in this area a couple of years ago. Many of you may remember when she was doing presentations for clubs up here. We decided it was time to recheck in on her. Last announcement that I have is April 16th at 6:30. There's a Skywarn training session. That's the one done by the NWS. That will give you insight on how to look at the weather and all kinds of other stuff like that. But anyway, I usually attend those when I can. So we may have to do some rescheduling for me to get there. Anyway, I think that's all the announcements. So let's see if there's anybody left out there to check in. If there is, please call W8CRC now. Okay, that's the end of that. I got 8 check-ins here. And preparing to close this net, I'd like to thank all of you that did take the time to join us this evening and check in. Without your participation, we wouldn't be here. We are a fledgling, club. We want to provide all the public service and everything we can, and do our bid for amateur radio. And we also want to have fun. That's the name of these. The name of these amateur radio clubs should be the Fun Club. But that's beside the point. I won't dissertate on that. Anyway, this has been Pat, November 8, Oscar, Quebec, Papa. and it's been my pleasure to host this evening's net. At this time, I will go ahead and close things up with 8 check-ins, including myself. The answer to the trivia question before we go was, I'll read the question, which of the following frequencies can be used for amateur radio and mesh networks? A is HF frequencies where digital communications are permitted. B, frequencies shared with various unlicensed wireless data services. C, cable TV channel 41 to 43, or D, the 60-meter band centered on 53 to 73. I'll make one last check to make sure there's nobody that hasn't answered this that wants to. So if you want to answer the question, come now. Okay, drum roll, please. The answer to this question was B, Bravo. Frequency shared with various unlicensed wireless data services. One person got it right. I thank you all for making my night for me. And you all have a blessed week, and we will hopefully see you between tomorrow night and the next club meeting. So 73 all, and we're gone. And this is Whiskey Charlie Romeo Charlie with N8OQP in the net chair. Closing the net at looks like 7:33 with 8 check-ins tonight. 7-3 all, N8OQP. BSA, N8OQP. Yes. So did I teach you one?
Well, I got mixed feelings about that because we are not an unlicensed service. We are a licensed service. That's why I chose the answer I did.
Well, the thing of it is, Mesh itself is an unlicensed service. We're just, as an operator, you're able to use the Mesh network, but for amateur radio stuff like this, it's definitely not something you get licensed, so it's an unlicensed service.
Okay, if you say so.
Yeah, when I read that question, I thought, this will be a good one. So, there you go. And GKG was the only one that got it right. I expect that from him because he's high class.
Hey, no one said I got class. Oh, who's paging me? Yeah, I know you're home, honey. The wife is paging me, telling me she's home.
Oh, I should have paged you. I'm home too. I'm going to spin around here and eat my dinner. I will catch up to you probably in the coming evenings.
All right, if not in the coming evenings tomorrow. So don't spin too fast, you'll get dizzy.
Yeah, after the day I've had, I had a therapy session this afternoon to work on my legs, and she really worked my feet over. But I feel better now, so I'll take it. Anyway, we'll talk to you. Have a good evening.
magic on the stove. KABSA.
We haven't tonight.
Well, you know what? I've learned from the past not to say it because I don't want you knocking on my door.
Keith? You know how I like home cooking.
Well, if you like it so much, do it.
If I could, I would. But I can't, so I won't.
Yeah, I figure you got some sort of flimsy excuse.
Yeah, actually, if I could stand up and walk around the kitchen, it'd be a lot easier. Because then I would actually cook. There's some stuff that I get hankerings for here and there. And I was thinking the other day if I could get some halfway fresh green beans. I'd like to do green beans and ham again for a supper. That's pretty good stuff.
Oh, yeah. Green beans and ham. I'll be right over.
A little bit of bacon in there, a little bit of chopped up ham, some taters. Oh, my.
Reminds me of Hee Haw, the old skit. Hey, Grandpa, what's for dinner?
Green beans and hot jaws.
Alright. Almost got the tri-bander hook up while you were, after I got home, while you were working, I was stringing the 213 across the ceiling. I got it hanging down here now. All I need to do is grab the power supply and hook it to the radio.
Talking about the 220 rig?
Yeah, it's got 220 in it.
Alright, if you want to check it out, once you get that back up and running, we can maybe stand by on the Alliance machine or something.
If I can make it from here.
You'll be able to. Can make it, you can.
ABSA.
I can make it, you can. I'll talk to you about it. Let me know when you're ready. Hey, OQP.